Saudi Aramco Work Permit System. Procedure. Work Permit System. A work permit is a basic requirement of Saudi Aramco's Safety Management System, SMS. Work permits serve as official records of conditions, requirements, and appropriate control measures agreed upon by the issuer and receiver. They list minimum safety precautions to be taken to control the hazards. The work permit system authorizes specific construction, maintenance, inspection, or repair to be conducted in the company's restricted areas. The program is applied to those jobs which represent a potential hazard to company operations, facilities, personnel, or equipment. The work permits are initiated by supervisors who are certified by their division or department to issue work permits for restricted areas under their supervision, also called permit issuers. GI 2.100 has the minimum guidelines and responsibilities when issuing receiving work permits, and for certifying those responsible for implementing the system. Work permits types. There are 4 categories of Saudi Aramco maintenance jobs: equipment opening line break, hot work, cold work, and work requiring entry into confined spaces. For each type of maintenance job, there is a different work permit. The types of work permits issued for any work or combination of work tasks are identified below: equipment opening line break permit, hot work, cold work, confined space entry. Work permit programs prevent incidents and accidents by requiring a thorough review of work tasks and job site conditions before hazardous work tasks can begin. Failure to comply with the work permit program has the potential for serious injury and even loss of life and property. You need to work safely to protect yourself, your co-workers, contractors, and community and company. Hot work. Any work that develops sparks, flames, or heat that can cause ignition. This work permit applies to using spark or flame-producing tools and equipment, including internal combustion engines in restricted areas. Examples include work on or in close-to-live electrical apparatus in a classified area, when a vehicle enters a plant, welding, torch use, grinding, blasting, etc. Every hot work job is different and may involve different hazards. However, some things must always be checked. The basic precautions are: take gas tests, cover saws, blind, isolate, clean or purge equipment, maintain a fire watch, and check and have fire protection equipment available. Cold work. Work on a job that does not produce enough energy to ignite flammable atmospheres or materials. You must remember that cold work can still be very hazardous. During the joint site inspection, you must check for any hazards, even if the work is cold. Examples include work with hand tools, sand removal, asbestos removal or repair, scaffold erection, brush painting, etc. The basic precautions are: take gas tests, wear appropriate personal protective equipment, use a standby man, set up barricades and warning signs and follow specific work procedures. Equipment opening line break permit. Equipment opening line break is any activity associated with the initial opening of equipment that is part of a closed system that may contain hazardous materials. Examples: you need this permit when opening equipment, installing blinds, opening a line, or draining a vessel. The basic precautions are: remove ignition sources, check wind direction, check path of drainage. You may also need respiratory protection, fire watch or standby man, barricades and warning signs, confined space entry, any confined space. A confined space is any space, tank, vessel, pipeline, vault or excavation over 4 feet deep which is not normally intended for human occupancy, in which movement is restricted and which has the potential to contain hazardous materials. Examples include tank cleaning, tank inspection, or work in saws or trenches 1.2 meters, 4 feet or deeper. The basic precautions are: isolate equipment, take gas tests, clean and purge, install lighting, assign a standby man, install air movers, and where appropriate personal protective equipment. Work permit system. Work permit courses certification. Work permit courses are conducted by the Training Career Development. The purpose of the courses is to acquaint potential issuers, receivers, gas testers with the work permit system, to administer written tests and to issue work permit certificates to successful candidates. A 2-year validity certificate will be issued to the employee's management indicating that they have successfully completed the certification exam for issuers, receivers, and all gas testers as appropriate. Joint site inspection. Before a work permit is issued for a job, the job site is inspected. This inspection is done together by operations and maintenance personnel doing the work. Because both departments participate in the inspection, we call it a joint inspection. The joint inspection identifies potential hazards and ensures that all personnel involved from both departments are aware of the job to be done. Always make a joint site inspection to identify work permit requirement and list additional precautions. Each work permit has a space to indicate that a joint inspection was carried out. If no inspection was carried out, the reason why must be stated. Each work permit is a safety checklist. The actions required on the front side of the work permits are the absolute minimum safety regulations. The person who issues the work permit will make sure that all the safety regulations are met. As work permit issuer or receiver, you must check that all the safety regulations are followed and you must stop the work immediately if the worksite conditions are unsafe. The hazard analysis checklist, completed during the joint site inspection, has been completed and signed by the issuer or his designated rep, and the receiver after verifying that the controls developed for this task are sufficient and are in place. Stop work authority. All personnel, whether Saudi Aramco employee or contractor, have the authority and obligation to stop any observed unsafe work at all locations covered. You are empowered to stop unsafe jobs.